125 years in the future of Football Manager 2024, and it's officially the end of this series. Well, you have some big news right now. Crystal Palace trying to get a player from Bayern Munich in the year 148. Absolutely crazy. But see some teams there that may be future powers. But other than that, let's run it. Brazil, you're always going to get previous, not one team fully dominating. You get different winners. Here we go into the Premier League. And we have to see the title race. Bournemouth winning the title on 77 points. You can clearly see that Arsenal stopped Tottenham from winning the league at on their gaff. Spa. Bournemouth crushed Manchester United 4-0 to win the league. Wow. Tottenham bottle jobs. Crystal Palace got Champions League football. And they've got the top goal scorer as well. Ori Petumba. Belgium striker. 67 caps, 35 goals. Great physicals. And just overall, just great stats that you want from a striker as well. So, actually joined Crystal Palace recently from Estrella de Amador. And it's Stade Laval. He came from Stade Laval. So you can actually see what academies are progressing their play and whatnot. Gary James, though, was second on the list. See, he's also very good as well. 52 goals, 62 caps for England. Great striker. He's 41 goals this season. Wow. Came from the Arsenal Academy. So that's great. That's great stuff. As well as the degree of Bournemouth. See, 94 goals and 100 caps. Wow. Like, these guys. Ballers. He was the best player. A winger. Then you got Frank Yuli, an Italian winger. Manchester United. And then you got Coventry and Chelsea, they got Europa League, and Man City got the Conference. Relegated was Bromley with 14 points, Salford with 17, and West Ham with 29. Liverpool and Everton still, well, Everton's dominance seems to have worn off in the simulation, and Liverpool still holding firm in the Premier League. So we've got some Prem teams still in there, but we left it, simulation. Everton kept their dominance going until 21-28, and then Crystal Palace took over. Crystal Palace and Southampton took over. It was a tight tussle for the next decade, and Bournemouth and Tottenham and Arsenal came into it. So you see how it is really. So we can just go here. See Newcastle, teams like Newcastle, Leeds being relegated. Got Wigan coming back into the league, into the Premier League. Solid stuff. But yeah, Newcastle, what I have been seeing, Newcastle has been a yo-yo team. You've got West Ham there, probably seen a lot of Fulham, Leicester. Yeah, Leicester's been relegated a couple of times. Boston United, they've come up. 21-33, they've come up there. Leeds. I want to think of them if there's any shocks really. Bromley there, another Premier League campaign. Liverpool just escaping relegation. Man City just escaping relegation as well. Then Man United got relegated. Manchester United got relegated in the year 2143. They got relegated alongside Brighton and Walsall. Yeah. But in terms of the stadiums though, Everton have the biggest stadium. There is no surprise there. Then Bournemouth have the second biggest. Manchester City with the Pep Guardiola Stadium. That's also big as well. Southampton, Man United, Chelsea, Coventry, Arsenal, Tottenham, West Ham, Anfield. 11th biggest stadium in the Premier League for Liverpool. There's Peterborough, Brighton, Crystal Palace, Aston Villa there, 15th. Still at Villa Park though. Still at Villa Park. Got to shout out Man United, Liverpool, Villa, still staying in their stadiums. Oh yeah, and Tottenham as well. Tottenham as well. So those 4 clubs. Everybody else upgraded. Championship in Brentford have been promoted. Norwich and Newcastle breaking 100 points, with Norwich winning the championship. My shucks. Boston United still in the championship. Still there, Altrincham as well. Scarborough Athletic. Stockport, Woking, relegated. But you got some fair amount of Prem teams that are in Newcastle, Fulham, that are in Brentford as well. Nottingham Forest. So on League One. We've got Maidenhead as well. Big up to Maidenhead. They actually left York Road as well. Tamworth as well, another club being promoted alongside Middlesbrough. So Leeds are in League One. So Leeds have dropped out of the Premier League. FC United make it up to League One. League One, Luton, Wolves are in League One. Franchise, Charlton Mills, Stevenage all dropping. But yeah, franchise, bit peak for franchise. But that relegation fight though, Tranmere were sweating. Even Lincoln was sweating in 15th. They're 4 points above the relegation. League 2. League 2. Sheffield Wednesday won, with York, Forest Green and Bristol Rovers being promoted. Any real top teams in here? Sunderland. Burnley have dropped to League 2. Ipswich have dropped to League 2. Nath Vanarama. Scunthorpe, Bolton being promoted. Curzon, Aston, Salisbury, Worthing and Shrewsbury going down. Big teams. Huddersfield, you could say that big team. Well, Huddersfield, they've dropped into the National League. Portsmouth as well. I mean, Pompey have just been trapped down there as well. In the north, you've got Barrow and Mansfield going up. Got a lot of former EFL teams in here. Blackpool, Grimsby, Northampton, Fleetwood. I'll name a few of them that have just dropped. Leamington though, minus 100 goal difference. Only accumulating 9 points. 122 goals conceded. 22 goals scored. 39 defeats with 6 draws. With only one game that was won. And then in the south, you have Leyton Orient and you had Margate being promoted. So I'm just trying to see. How many titles did Everton manage to win? 51 of them. Andy got the most points in season. No new records have been broken, but the highest attendance was Everton versus Merseyside Derby versus Everton versus Liverpool. Most matches lost in a row went to Bromley. Most matches were about winning. Silver. Youngest goal scorer was a 15-year-old for Norwich in a 2-1 success against Aston Villa. And then a Cardiff player was the youngest player. Norwich have won the Championship 19 times. West Brom have won League 1 8 times. Southend have won League 2 6 times. Barnet have won the National League 9 times. Curzon Aston have won National League North 8 times. And Slough won it 9 times. FA Cup winners, you'd probably say mainly the top teams. So like Everton, Crystal Palace, Tottenham. But not real any surprises. Just put it to you this way. Most Carabaos, Everton as well. Seems to be winning Carabaos. Yeah, Carabaos, you're going to get different variety of winners. But, yeah, man. League On. I'll see who's been winning that. League On. Intriguing. So, Dijon look like the powerhouse of France now. Which is absolutely nuts, to say the least. Dijon, Nice, Lille, Red Star, but Nice with the period of dominance. Oish. Nice. Just trying to see something. Nice winning it ahead of Paris Saint-Germain, Lille, Annecy. Annecy getting Champions League alongside Dijon. Amiens and Monaco getting Europa, and Lyon getting the conference. Rennes still on the firm. Toulouse still on the firm. But normally now you see teams like Lens, Strasbourg, Marseille have made it back. Marseille have made it back into the regionals. But Saint-Étienne, where are they at? Saint-Étienne. There they are. Saint-Étienne. They have been just relegated out of the game. Bundesliga. No one's still caught up to Bayern yet. Bayern have set the real standard of winning in Germany. But Bayern are still a top club, but they're not the top club because Hertha Berlin have come through and RB Leipzig as well. I'm seeing a lot of Hertha Berlin wins. Bayer Leverkusen with a few wins there as well, but no. And of course Borussia Dortmund with a few victories there as well. You can't the Bay. But yeah, that is the Bundesliga. 125 years. But yeah, Paris Saint-Germain, they got the biggest stadium in France. But everyone has got a new stadium in France. Nobody has stayed at the same location. It's a bit different in Germany though. Bayern are still at the Allianz Arena. They've expanded it. Schalke, Cologne, Frankfurt. The Irish Premier Division, Shelbourne have won it the most, but no real dominant. In the Serie A, Inter have won the league ahead of Alessandria, 125 years in to this. Roma, third, with Monza there in fourth. Lecce and Juventus with Europa League, Cagliari with Conference League. Napoli there are 11th, Lazio 13th, AC Milan 15th, Atalanta 16th, a real fall from the race. Parma there only accumulating 9 points though. Hugo Juarez is the top goal scorer and he's actually joining Saudi. Peter Allinger, a German striker with 19 finishing and 20 determination. Very good. Great stats as well. Marco Ostini, Swiss striker. Allinger. Mesa, his best player. Francisco, third best. This one there. But as you can see, the Serie A has been dominated by Inter and Roma, with Pisa getting a win over both clubs. Great scenes to see. But the Serie A title has been won by Inter 73 times. People, Inter the biggest stadium in the league by far. Dorfin, the Vincent Company Park of AC Milan. Juventus have got a new stadium, the Zinedine Zidane Arena. Empoli have got the fourth biggest. Roma and Lazio still at the Olimpico. Napoli are still at their stadium as well. Great stuff, retaining the heritage. Big up to those teams. In Northern Ireland, Linfield have the most titles, but again, no real domination. In Netherlands, wow, oh my, wow, Feyenoord, domination, wow, Feyenoord, the team from the Dutch league, doing their thing right now. Definitely competitive title races. They know how to get over the line. This is the era you should really dominate. Big up to Feyenoord. Ajax have won 91 titles though, so they've got a lot of catching up to do. Portuguese Premier League. Let's have a look. And Estrela win in Portugal ahead of Porto and Sporting. Benfica there with 7th spot. I see Bilbao was the best striker. I mean, what the hell? The finishing in the Portuguese league. Oh, that seems like Portuguese league. I'm not sure how it really goes out, you know. But since we continued Estrella D, Estrella was coming through, and Estrella still come through, and Estrella, you could probably say Estrella were definitely a powerhouse. Benfica, they won the most points, Estrella, with 97. Very impressive, only dropping only losing against Portinomides and drawing at home against Maspar. In terms of the stadiums, Boa Vista have the biggest stadium in Portugal, beating Sporting and Porto. Benfica are still at their real life stadium. Big up to themselves as well. In terms of Netherlands and their stadiums, Ajax have the biggest one, then AZ have the second biggest, then Feyenoord. Heerenveen, Kemal Ruferida, PSV, Breda, wow, huge. Then in the Cinch Premiership, let's have a look at the Cinch Premiership, people. Aberdeen, wow, no Celtic or Rangers, people. None of the old firm are in. None of the Glasgow Giants are in the Cinch Premiership, people. Aberdeen win the league. Hearts come in second. Dunfermline third. Dundee United in fourth. Cove Rangers, I think they won the Scottish Cup. Falkirk and Motherwell being relegated. But as you guys can see, a new firm might be on the block. Aberdeen and Hearts. There's been no other winner apart from Dunfermline and Kilmarnock. Wow. That is unbelievable. And Aberdeen has the biggest stadium in the whole of Scotland now. Crazy. Hearts are the second biggest. And Dunfermline as well. Look how massive Dunfermline have become. And Kilmarnock. And even Dundee United, actually. Honestly unbelievable. Cinch Championship. Oh wow, Hibernian got promoted back to the Cinch Premiership. Well done to them. Actually. As Hibernian was actually struggling. They went down to Cinch League 2. Even. Hibernian came back. Hibernian had come back into the top. But Cinch Championship, there's no Celtic. There's no Rangers. Where have those clubs dropped? How far have they dropped? Because I look at it, the Scottish records, Celtic have the most titles with 74. Where are Celtic and Rangers? We're going to have a look. There they are! Rangers and Celtic. And St Johnstone managed to beat them both in the playoffs to get promoted. So Rangers and Celtic are playing their football in Cinch League 1. 125 years, you ain't gonna like this, but maybe for the others it would be good for Scotland. Who knows? Celtic are at the Roddy Edwards Ashcroft Stadium, and Rangers are at the Ali McCoy Stadium. And then we're going to take a look at the Cinch League 2 just because, you know, Colts novelty. And yeah, there's nothing really to see apart from just Hibernian down there. But in the Spanish First Division, Girona have won the league. Ahead of Real Madrid, Tenerife and Atletico Madrid the Champions League, with Barcelona having to settle for the Europa alongside Levante. and Real Sociedad in the conference. Seville, Valencia, they're still in the top flight. Espanyol got relegated and Betis got relegated. No Villarreal. Rispoli. Okay, Real Madrid managed to pick him up from AC Milan. And a Grande, Girona, had a great season as well. Real Alcaraz is wanted by Saudi. Antonio Lima, Brazilian winger. And Yuji Mastraba, Japanese. But Real Madrid have won 93 titles. Wow, that is a lot. Girona, the Real Madrid had a fire streak to Girona, took it back. Yep, it's just been Real Madrid and Girona during this period. Just been those two giants. Wow, Girona have absolutely displaced Barcelona as the Catalonian team. Barcelona ain't won the league since 21-02. Wow. But Real Madrid, Raúl Stadium, they're still there. Barcelona are still at the Camp Nou. Atletico Madrid is still at their real life stadium as well. Same with Sevilla and Valencia. And Las Palmas, actually. And Zaragoza. Well done to them. And in the MLS, you would expect that there would be a variety of winners. St. Louis have won it the most times, and they won the recent one against Inter Miami. Okay, so you got Charlotte, Atlanta, New England, Seattle. They all stayed with the current stadiums. Same with New York as well. St. Louis, LA Galaxy got a huge upgrade to their facilities. LA. See, Inter Miami. We spoke about that. They got in 5 years. Toronto, Chicago, Vancouver. I think Holston, FC Dallas, and DC is still at their stadiums. But yes, people, we are going to go international. World Cup. Yep, the United States have been dominating it, but Brazil still have the most. The USA, Uruguay. USA won in Italy. Scotland got third. Uruguay beat Serbia in the final. In China, then the United States won against Canada in an all-American final. Wow. Huge. Then the Netherlands beat Germany in the World Cup, hosted in England. Portugal beat Spain, and the United States beat England in the South African World Cup. Wow. Wow. Okay. In the European Championships, France have won it the most. England beat the Swiss. Netherlands beat Belgium. Spain. France became runner-up twice, losing to Spain and Germany. England beat the Netherlands in Germany, and Portugal defeated the Germans. And in the International League, won by England the most times. Ireland, though. The Irish won in 2028. Big up the Irish. They have European glory. And a shock winner at that as well. Go with Norway. But, yeah. Asian Cup. Yep, Japan's won it the most times. Yeah, Japan have just been a consistent winner especially in the future. I think you know what it is? Because they've got regen players. Do you know how good the Japanese is? Because they're absolutely very good. 20 Ivory Coast have won the Africa Cup of Nations 21 times, which is, well, I mean, yeah, I did load the Ivorian League, so that's probably, you know, the reason why. And Senegal as well. But yeah, that's what it is. North American Gold Cup. The United States, yeah. The United States have been winning it. There's no real surprise that the United States have been winning it, because I've just loaded the American League. So yeah, so, you know. But the Copa America, and of course, the United States have been winning that as well. Yeah! Argentina's won the most Copa Americas, though. Argentina's won the most. 22. So they've got some, you know, some success in that. But yeah. International rankings. The United States are the best international team that there is. Ahead of Portugal, England, Argentina, Germany, Spain, France, Brazil, Netherlands, Italy. Probably say, hey, that's reasonable though. Guinea-Bissau though, up to 18th in this. Colombia, Serbia, Cape Verde, 23rd, ahead of Nigeria, ahead of Ghana and Nigeria. Yeah, even Gambia as well have become a solid African nation. But we're going to have a look at European competitions. Champions League, people. Shouldn't really be a surprise, but you got different winners, really. Hard to retain it. RB Leipzig, Inter, Roma, Everton, Palace, Southampton, with a lot of Champions League wins. Even Pisa there, with their victory. Didn't Pisa win the league? Pisa won the league and they won the Champions League straight. Wow. And they won the Super Cup. Wow, Pisa. Pisa, 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 Pisa. They beat Dijon in that final. Wow. What a final that was. Southampton. Then it went back to the status quo. What you expect. Tottenham. Real Madrid beating Girona in the all-Spanish final. And Arsenal won. Arsenal won the Champions League at the Patrick Vieira Stadium. Home advantage. Well done to Arsenal for making it happen. If only the team could win Champions League in real life, though. Do you know what I'm saying? In the Europa League, even Arsenal have had some reasonable success with like 4 wins even, before they fully won the Champions League. This Slovakian team reached the final where they lost to Aston Villa. And Manchester United defeated Liso of Italy. Wow, okay. And then the conference, been a fair few teams in there, but this Serbian team reached Guraki. Reached the final where they lost to Monaco in Romania. And Rakal Czechoslovakia reached the final where they lost in Armenia to Salanto. Okay. Liverpool have won the most Conference Leagues. They've won the most Europa Leagues as well. And Real Madrid have won 22 Champions Leagues. So Liverpool retained their European heritage, even though Liverpool have been struggling in the domestic front in terms of dissemination. Liverpool, they know how to win in Europe. And commend them for that. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the best teams. Inter, Roma, Arsenal, Bournemouth, Tottenham, Nice, Real Madrid, Girona, Palace, Leverkusen, Berlin, Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah, I guess, yeah, that's a reasonable list. That is a reasonable list. That is a very reasonable list there. But in terms of generalization of like the world, generalization, Gary James is the best player. That's what they think he's the best player. Tim Frantzwich, wow, hard-working midfielder, deep line playmaker with great stats. German midfielder dictating play. Started off the game at 1860 Munich. And then moved to Liverpool, and then he joined Spurs. Conan, again, another defensive midfielder. Signed from RB Leipzig for a crazy amount of money. Then Milani, another centre-back. Wow, great stats for a centre-back, bro. Physicals are all green. That's beastly. Wow, beast, man. I'm telling you, big up to Malini. Came from Juventus. Neville Suarez, Coventry, 20 off the ball. Play off the shadow. Plus he's got the vision as well. Look at this guy, 123 goals, 137 caps. This is mental stats. As well, Ricardo Laliem. So we've got right back there. So we've got a lot of Inter players on here. And now, I'm trying to see who's been winning it. Oh no, is this the World Golden Ball? Oh no, this one right. Got this one right, didn't I? Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Wow, I can't lie. I think we have the world's best footballer here. If you didn't watch the 100 years experiment, you need to watch this man, Andre Siamo. 77 goals in 108 caps. This man might have been the best striker I've ever seen. Came from Porto, went to Pisa, then to Leicester, then he went to Roma, then he retired, and then he's become a manager as well. 6 Ballon d'Ors is crazy. Roma, the real deal. Roma, the real deal. But yeah, guys, subscribe, like, and peace. Peace out, people. Peace out, people.